Jennifer Rothschild. I'm so glad you joined me for today's womensministry.net video devotional. I'm sitting here with a cup of tea because it was an occasion similar to this where I had an interesting conversation with a friend, and I have a feeling you might be able to relate to it. She and I were visiting about different things in our lives, and we got onto the subject of, invisible things that we carry that no one else sees. And she said something to me that really broke my heart, and I've never forgotten it. She told me that no one had ever tenderly pursued her. And that was one of the most painful things in her life. And it makes sense, because she had a father who abandoned her when she was very young. She had a mom who was not gentle. And then she ended up marrying a man who was a great guy, but he never tenderly pursued her or initiated anything. He just passively responded. And so she was left with this deep longing, except that she found that longing was met in God. You see, God became Immanuel to meet our deepest human longings. Now, if I asked you right now, what does Immanuel mean? Most of you would be able to say, God with us. And that's true. That's exactly what it means. And that is so profound. But I want you with me today to explore really how profound that is, because just knowing the meaning of Immanuel doesn't allow you to experience the deep life change from knowing the person of Immanuel. Immanuel does mean God with us. And it denotes the fact that God is present with us. It denotes the nearness of God, his proximity. And of course, it reflects that promise where Jesus said, I will never leave you or forsake you. But I think there's a deeper level of Immanuel that really can minister to us. It's the fact that God tenderly pursues us. You see, Immanuel does not mean us with God. Immanuel means God with us. Immanuel means that God tenderly pursues you and me. His responsibility is to initiate and to draw us. Ours is merely to respond. You see, he became flesh to be with us. He allowed himself to be wrapped in swaddling clothes to be with us. He walked dusty roads. He rode tumultuous seas. He touched lepers. He carried our cross on his back to be with us. We have God with us, Immanuel. Other world religions have a God that demands we be with him. We strive, we work, we please, we do good, we don't mess up, and then maybe, just maybe, we will be with God. Not Christianity. Christianity has the one true God, Immanuel, who chooses to be with us. The same God that pursued fallen man in the garden and called out his name and clothed him is the same God who tenderly pursues you and me today. And he clothes us with the sacrifice of his Son, Immanuel, so that we can be with him. The requirements that you need to meet in order to be with God, God has already met for you. That's what Colossians chapter 1 verse 19 says, that you and I are reconciled to God through Jesus. I hope that you will recognize and receive that Immanuel is with you today. In fact, if you're with a group of girlfriends watching this Devo, I think it would be so neat if you guys would together look up a passage of scripture, 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verses 18 through 20, and just see how Immanuel is revealed in that passage and how your role as a woman who follows Immanuel is revealed in that passage. And as you do, I pray that God will, as Immanuel, meet your deepest longings, even those that are invisible. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining me on this womensministry.net Devo. God bless you.